At this time, we kindly request that you please rise and remove your caps and join our teams for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
Hello everybody, it's time for some Southwest Premier League action. Today we got the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup final between Monsters FC and Desert FC. I'm Art Iftikhari along with Hector Trujillo, proud to bring you today's play-by-play. We are live at Biola University's Al Barber Field in La Mirada, California. And Hector, we're ready for some good soccer action today.
Really excited for today's match. It's a beautiful day, as you said, here at Biola. You see the two teams getting ready here as you see the starting lineups ready to go here for the Monsters. Number 31, Larry Sanchez. Number 19, Ever Cadena. Number 14, Diego Ramirez. Number 3, Luis Angel Juarez. Number 13, Nahuel Gonzalez. Number 9, Steven Ramirez. Number 4, Giovanni Hector Fabian. Number 10, Brian Gonzalez. Number 2, Jaime Enriquez. Number 24, Juan Perez. And number 5, Hugo Ceja. Head coach, Leo Sanchez.
And Hugo Ceja will be wearing the captain's armband as well. Now let's take a look at Desert Football Club.
We have number 5, Ramin Amindari. Number 16, Emiliano Asensio. Number 8, Jesus Avalos. Number 18, Daniel Castro. Number 1, Alexis Durazno. Number 15, Brian Gonzalez Sanchez. Number 13, Nico Martini. Number 11, Abraham Olmedo. Number 2, Hector Osuna. Number 19, Jonathan Price. And number 20, Cody Shelton. Head coach, Zachary Holiday.
And these two teams are ready to go. A decent crowd in attendance at Al Barber Field. And one thing today we can obviously talk about right away, a pretty windy day. I mean, do you think this will have a huge effect on the game?
I wouldn't expect it to. Maybe later on in the final few minutes, the weather does tend to affect players when the tired legs start to kick in sometimes. But these guys are young. They have a impressive resume, both of them, their accomplishments in the league. And I expect the adrenaline to push them forward, especially in the first half. And it's one of those things that if you want to come out with the victory here in this important matchup, you want to start off strong, and we'll see what these teams have to offer.
So on the left side of the pitch, we have Desert FC. They're pretty easy to recognize. Monsters FC wearing the black kits. Desert FC will be going from left to right. Monsters FC going from right to left. Desert FC based out of the Palm Desert, Coachella area. Monsters FC very well known in the San Pedro South Bay area. We are underway. Glad you're able to join us for this matchup. Brought to you by Goal Media. Try and see which team will be able to establish control early. We see both teams trade possession early on. Now played to the side. That's Nahuel Gonzalez. Right away looking for the captain. He was able to connect with him. Well, that's Hugo Ceja. Luis Angel Juarez, one of the center backs. Starting keeper Larry Sanchez. Alexa switched the field. Was able to find Juan Perez. Looking for an option. Once again able to find Nahuel Gonzalez, the left back. Did not have the best touch. Desert FC wanting to take possession. That's exactly what they do. Now Nico Martini. Momentarily that was Daniel Castro. The touch from Cody Shelton. Now Ramin Amindari. If there are two very experienced players on this Desert FC team, they have got to be Amindari and Shelton. Now maybe an opportunity. Broken up that time by Nahuel Gonzalez.
Great reaction by him. That pass was going to find an open teammate for a quick strike and right on the spot.
Looks like that was Hector Osuna, who was, teeing off, ready to pull the trigger. Now Larry Sanchez plays to the outside to Ever Cadenas. Trying to get this give and go going. Brian Gonzalez. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Desert FC. Cody Shelton. Plenty of experience on his CV. Had a stint before in the past with Orange County FC. And that's a team that cannot be ignored when it comes to soccer in this area. And they had that amazing run at the 2019 U.S. Open Cup.
Oh, absolutely. Who can forget that one? This one will be in the memory banks, not just for people in Orange County, but throughout Southern California, as you said.
They ended up getting a few. Obviously, the win started against FC Golden State Force. And, of course, the sweetest one over Orange County Soccer Club of the USL Championship. And then after that, the win over the Las Vegas Lights in Las Vegas. The run ended against the LA Galaxy, but what a run it was. Now possession given away, and the Monsters capitalize, trying to find Hugo Ceja. Now another giveaway. Good heads-up play. Almost able to get that give and go going. That was Jaime Enriquez. His pass is broken up. Now Abraham Olmedo. His pass nearly did connect with Hector Osuna. Of course, by now I think we got to refer to him as Big Hector Osuna. A very large presence. And a whistle in the midfield will be a free kick.
Good reaction there, but the referee saw a little bit of a push as we see the replay right now. Too much contact with the man, going for the ball. I think it was a correct call. Free kick.
Only a few minutes in. Early on, hard to say which team is actually dominating. Both teams trading possession. Ball is back in the play. Nahul Gonzalez. And that time we saw
Oh, they're going to go quick here, trying to get him off balance.
the quick throw-in, but that one goes out of bounds. But you got to like that thinking, trying to catch him off guard.
Yeah, good idea. I mean, worst case scenario, that's what happens, but potentially you get a corner kick out of it. Didn't work that time, but it's one of those things that both sides are going to keep an eye on, especially on those throw-ins.
And looks like that was Mark Farias who was making a run. Now Amin Dari playing the long ball. He's going to be able to find Osuna. That's exactly who he was going to. But a great play to break that one up. And also able to win the throw-in at the same time. That's Luis Angel Juarez. We definitely got to keep an eye on that matchup tonight. Luis Angel Juarez and Hector Osuna. Ceja did not really have the best first touch, sends it high up into the air, losing possession. Now Cody Shelton to Ramin Amindari. And Amindari also has had a stint before with Orange County FC at both NPSL levels and UPSL levels. And that pass given away. That was Mark Farias who got the last touch. And early on, it seems like we're seeing we're seeing both teams not looking extremely comfortable in the middle third of the pitch.
Yeah, kind of like a boxing match. You know, first round, you're trying to feel out your opponent, see if you can take advantage of any openings. But so far, it's been pretty even, as you said.
And Jaime Enriquez was unable to keep possession. Here comes Desert FC. Jesus Avalos playing it back to Cody Shelton. Shelton's long ball, just a little high for Nico Martini.
Yeah, he had Shelton open for a split second. If that pass would have been just a little bit less of energy, I think it would have gotten him right in stride. Unfortunately, it just went over his head.
Cleared by Sanchez, goes off the head of Amindari. Shelton plays it back to his keeper, Alexis Durazno. Seems as if his name has not really been mentioned too many times early on. Amindari perhaps having a little bit of trouble with Hugo Ceja. Maybe we'll see Monsters start to press a little more. And that long clearance, not much coming from it. Seems like Desert FC early on comfortable trying to go over the top and playing the long ball.
We'll see if they want to impose some pressure here, maybe force a turnover.
Oh, and definitely some contact. The referee is letting these guys play. Now Nahul Gonzalez trying to get this run going. Some contact from Ramin Amindari.
Yeah, definitely gave the advantage to the Monsters there. I think it was a correct no call.
Will be a throw-in for Monsters. Ball last one off of Jonathan Price, wearing the number 19 shirt today.
Referee telling the player he wants him just a little bit further back. Perfect. Now he can throw the ball back in.
We all know plenty of players like to take advantage of the space as much as they can.
Oh, yeah.
Nahul Gonzalez with throw-in. The touch from Mark Farias. Now Hugo Ceja. Back to Brian Gonzalez. Played to the outside. That was Juan Perez, and now here comes a cross. Kind of hanging a little bit in the air, but an easy one for Alexis Durazno.
Yeah, right to him. Not much. Here's a replay on that one. You see the nice little pass, then you can see the cross into the box and right to the hands of the goalkeeper.
Now Daniel Castro with one of the touches. They're doing everything they can to try and play the ball to Osuna. He's not had a lot of space as well. And Cody Shelton off the chest of Asensio. Unable to keep possession. Osuna. Once again to Asensio. Nico Martini. Avalos. Daniel Castro with the touch. Another touch from Cody Shelton. Looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, I think he was expecting him to stop right there and wait for the ball, but just behind him, and no problem whatsoever for Monsters. And we see some more pressure here from Desert.
A good touch. Can Monsters find that through ball? Looks like the flag was not going to come up, but just a little too far for Hugo Ceja.
Yeah, Noel Gonzalez had his teammate open, but just put too much on that pass. That could have been a better chance for them that they didn't take advantage of.
Abraham Olmedo trying to win that battle in midfield. We're in the 10th minute of the match. Scoreless early on between Monsters FC and Desert FC. This is the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup final.
Easy for you to say.
Doing my best. Nice turn that time from Daniel Castro. Asensio with the touch, trying to get this give and go going. Played to the outside. It's Martini. Will he send it into the penalty area or cut it back? Takes it now to his left foot. Avalos getting involved as well with the cross. Might be a little long. Can Olmedo save it? He does. Ball finds its way to Castro. Desert FC continuing to bring the pressure. Brian Gonzalez Sanchez with the cross. Now a shot. Nice block.
Yeah, goalkeeper was way out of position on that one. Luckily for him, there was a deflection. He got bailed out. Here's the replay on that one. We see 4 players right there. Look, goalkeeper comes out. Ball gets deflected. Still possession here. And luckily bounced for Monsters that it didn't find the back of the net.
So definitely the first pretty good opportunity of the match. And it comes to Desert FC. And to be honest, can't be surprised that it's Desert FC getting that first opportunity or coming close, so to speak. They have had more of the possession. Monsters FC have put together some good one-touch passes. It looks like they're missing that final touch. Nahul Gonzalez. And that time it was Giovanni Hector Fabian, who had possession for a moment, was brought down. A good amount of physical play early on. But one thing everyone's got to be happy about is that the officials are letting them play, not being trigger happy with the whistle.
Yeah, I was about to say that there's definitely been a lot of contact. There's definitely been close 50-50 balls, but he's definitely not intervened to the point where he's been an obstruction to the game, and I like that. He's definitely keeping a close eye on everything.
Now with the throw in, a little bit of difficulty with that first touch. Nahul Gonzalez has been very busy early on as a left back. Brian Gonzalez. It's like his pass actually hit the back of his teammate Farias. Juarez. Once again to the center, one of the central midfielders, Mark Farias. Cadenas. When it comes to Monsters, looks like a lot more of their attacks have been coming from the left side of the pitch. And once again, that's where the ball goes. Nahul Gonzalez. That time able to find Jaime Enriquez. That last touch went off the foot of Ramin Amindari. Will be a throw-in for Monsters. Last one off of Jesus Avalos. Juarez's ball. He's looking for Ceja. Went right to Amindari. He plays it long towards Asensio. But nice work from Diego Ramirez to head it back to his keeper, Larry Sanchez.
Yeah, great recovery right there. That could have been a scoring opportunity, but the experience showed up right at the right time.
Giovanni Hector Fabian unable to maintain possession. Daniel Castro to Price. Desert FC looking very comfortable. Ball finds its way to Asensio once again. Now he's got Osuna. The touch right back in front of the net. Great work from Larry Sanchez. Now can Monsters FC get something going on the counterattack? Nice job from Ramin Amindari to step up and take away a possible counterattack opportunity.
Goalkeeper came up huge there. Great recognition by him on what was going to be happening with the pass. Closed off the angle and did the job that he was supposed to.
A nice sliding kick to clear the ball. Daniel Castro had it for a moment, unable to maintain possession. That time lost to Giovanni Hector Fabian. And here come Monsters FC. The last touch from Cody Shelton. Asensio once again. A good touch from Olmedo. And looks like at that last moment, Brian Gonzalez Sanchez did not really have the best footing, but you also have to wonder, well, yeah, actually the flag did come up.
Yeah, momentarily it came up, and that's what the other player saw as well. If he would have kept his footing maybe a split second before the pass comes in, there would have been a better scoring chance. But slowly but surely, Desert FC is building themselves into the game and trying to control the tempo much more effectively.
The goal kick was taken. Now here come Monsters FC. This could be a good opportunity. Falling down, having to get right back up. That time was Jaime Enriquez. Now it's Nahul Gonzalez to Mark Varias. Trying to find Enriquez. Not much space. Good work from Desert FC. Plenty of great help defense that time from Jonathan Price and Jesus Avalos. Cody Shelton looking for an option. Ball finds its way to Amindari. Jonathan Price is trying to play the ball to the outside. Actually able to take possession back. And now given away straight to Nahul Gonzalez. Wanting to start this counterattack opportunity. The cross. Easy one for Amindari. Daniel Castro. Cody Shelton stepping up a bit. He's a center back, but sometimes looking like a central midfielder.
Desert FC slowing things down now, being a more methodical on their attack, trying to exploit an opening here.
That was Olmedo who had the touch for a moment, gets it back. Abraham Olmedo losing possession to Brian Gonzalez. And a long ball, able to find Hugo Ceja, but hold on a moment, the flag comes up for offside.
Ceja's not happy with that call. He's saying he came from the opposite side of the pitch, which I don't think is correct. We'll see the replay on that. He almost timed it perfectly, but he was 3 feet past the halfway line, so I think that was the correct call.
And of course, there is no VAR, so that's it. It's done. You move on.
There might be VAR after this year. Did you hear that?
I did not, but if there were to be, that would be pretty impressive. Now Desert FC, can they get something going? Headed away momentarily. That was Avalos. Raises, trying to basically say to the referee that it might have been a handball. Now the shot from Price. Easy one for Larry Sanchez.
He thought about going quickly, but I think he thought better of it. Now he's going to go long to see if he can find an open teammate.
Cleared high into the air. Cody Shelton wisely and calmly heading it back to Durazno.
I wasn't a big fan of VAR when they brought it in, but it slowly but surely worked its way with me. Now if they take that out of the game, I'm not going to be too happy about it.
Well, it's definitely a difficult thing for me to comment on. Sometimes I feel like it does well. Sometimes I kind of wish it was not there. But of course, that's a whole different topic in itself. Ramin Amindari was able to find Daniel Castro. Here comes Olmedo. Could be a good opportunity for Desert FC. Lost possession, but at times we do see Monsters FC being sometimes we see the center backs and midfielders of Monsters FC being a little shaky as well. Enriquez. Now Brian Gonzalez. Cadenas. He's got plenty of space on the right side. Looks like Desert FC putting a lot of players behind the ball. An attempted cross did take a deflection. Went right to Ramin Amindari.
There's a player down here for Desert FC. We'll see if the referee sees him and blows the whistle. There it is. He's going to go check on him. Looks like he's reaching for his ankle. Get confirmation on who it is in a second.
And that is Abraham Olmedo. Of course, we're all hoping that he is all right. Surely neither bench would want to make a substitution this early.
Looks like he's going to be okay. Good job by the referee. Multitasking here, being trainer and referee. You always like to see that. This will give both teams a chance to catch their breath, give some instructions to themselves. As we've seen, the first few minutes of the game were pretty even. Then Desert FC started slowly but surely controlling the tempo. Now it's back to a 50-50 match so far. No clear scoring chances as of yet, but it won't surprise me if this tempo continues. We'll see the first goal of the game soon.
And we do see both teams tightening up at the right moments. Desert FC, I gotta say early on, after the first 20 minutes, Desert FC has been the slightly better side. Have not had many clear-cut scoring opportunities. And of course, we also have to see how Monsters FC will react. Will we see them start pressing a little bit more? We've seen them playing the long ball at times on the counterattack. And that time, that pass broken up by Luis Angel Juarez. Of course, they were looking for Hector Osuna. Now, Julio Gonzalez been very busy on the left side. Did not have a lot of help that time, though. Cody Shelton's pass to Olmedo. His ball sent up the field looking for Osuna. Broken up by Cadenas. Now trying to keep that one in play. It's Gonzalez Sanchez able to find Olmedo. Back to Gonzalez Sanchez. Can he connect once again with Olmedo? Was broken up. And Monsters FC not out of the woods just yet. A good possession. Just right as I said that, a good possession for Desert FC. Sent out of bounds. Will be a throw-in though.
Yeah, as we were saying a while ago, Desert FC slowly but surely. We'll hear another whistle right now.
Looks like we are seeing a change as well.
Couple of substitutions, perhaps. At least one.
So it looks like Ceja just came off, and so did Mark Farias. And they were actually, looks like they were replaced by yes, they were replaced. We'll just leave it at that.
No comment. We're looking at the sheet ourselves, folks. We'll get to that in 1 second, we promise.
A throw in from Shelton. Went off the head of Juarez. Now Shelton involved on this attack. The cross goes over the head of Sanchez. Can Desert FC get a shot off? Brian Gonzalez clearing it at the right time. But not everyone able to push out and clear their lines that quickly. It's definitely a dangerous time at that moment. And now Monsters FC definitely appearing to be a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, Desert FC could have done much better with that one. We'll see if that doesn't come back to bite him. I think that pass was not the time for that. I think he could have controlled it with his chest. We'll see the replay on that. He sees an open teammate, so I understand why he went there. But if he could have controlled it with his chest, maybe gotten the shot off, that could have been a much better scoring opportunity for them.
So there was a whistle for a foul. Led to a free kick for Monsters. Juarez feeling the pressure from Osuna. And that time Osuna whistled for the foul. Hector Osuna Not agreeing with the call, but it will be a free kick for Monsters FC.
Yeah, it's one of those 50-50 balls that sometimes don't get the whistle, but I think it was just enough contact the referee saw and correctly called the foul.
So the free kick to be taken by Luis Angel Juarez. But once again, looks like we see Abraham Olmedo down on the ground. And looks like he signaled to the official that he does need to come out.
Yeah.
So we will see a change for Desert FC.
Substitution for Monsters FC. Entering the match, number 3, William Benson Ellis.
And there was also a substitution for Monsters coming in, as the sub for Desert FC does walk into the pitch now.
And that player coming on is Mason Moreno, who just came on for Abraham Olmedo. The second time we saw him down on the ground.
Monsters FC, number 12, Mason Moreno.
So not surprising at all to see that substitution take place.
Also in for Monsters FC, number 4, Jose Hino.
Now the cross. Rami Namindari doing a good job today. The center backs have been pretty much on top of their game today for Desert FC.
Jose Hinojosa also just came into the match for Desert FC, it was announced.
So 2 changes actually. That time it's Avalos, but the whistle finally does blow.
Yeah, you see the frustration right there. It could have been blown a few seconds earlier, but the referee, again, as we talked about a second ago, is going to let him keep playing unless he deems it too much contact.
And one of the players to come on for Monsters FC was number 20, Jesus Mora. Cody Shelton able to find Avalos. Mason Moreno. Pair of fresh legs that just came on for Desert FC. Unable to keep that attack going. The ball from Mora, a little too long. Now I have not mentioned it in a while. Sometimes I have, I have no choice but to say it. Sometimes the wind. Sometimes I feel as if sometimes the wind is playing a small factor with some of these, long balls or these passes that kind of hang in the air a little longer.
Yeah, especially because it's a shifting wind. It's not like it's consistently coming from one angle, so it's not so much the strength of it. It does throw off the player sometimes. You're absolutely right.
Nico Martini and his pass is trying to find Jonathan Price. At times, the way the game has been going, it looks as if Desert FC has a good attack going, has a good move going. But these players from Monsters FC do a good job of being physical and disrupting those passes.
Yeah, and Monsters has been lucky a couple times. The goalkeeper has been out of position, but Desert FC hasn't been able to capitalize. But if you pick one or the other, I think Desert FC is definitely the closer one to scoring that first goal.
Now it's Jesus Mora who just came on. Now his long ball into the penalty area of Desert FC.
In for Monsters FC, number
Nice work from Ramin Amindari.
20, Jesus Mora.
Plays it to his teammate, to the other center back, Cody Shelton. Castro making the long ball. Holds it back instead. Lays it off for Cody Shelton. Gonzalez Sanchez. Able to find Asensio. Cadenas, the right back, does a nice job to break up that move. Castro once again, now Jonathan Price. Surrounded by black shirts. Brian Gonzalez quickly sends it up to Fabian. Can he get past Cody Shelton? He is able to take possession. He still has it. Could we see a shot? We do see a shot and a save made by Durazno. First good opportunity of the match for Monsters FC. Want to say also a little bit of shaky play as well from Desert FC on the defensive end.
Absolutely, and here's the replay on that one. You see the nice little pass there. Then the ball gets through, and the shot, extension by the goalkeeper Durazno to keep the score 0-0 for now.
And that shot was actually taken by Jesus Mora, one of the substitutes who just came on. The physical play picking up And now there's one of those moments. I think the official should be telling Nahul Gonzalez, keep those hands down.
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit of a push at the end, frustration, foul. The referee could have had a little bit of a word there, decided to just blow the whistle on that.
Amindari switching the field to Gonzalez Sanchez. Mason Moreno had a touch for a moment. Ball finds its way to Castro. And defenders for Monsters definitely doing their part today. Now here they come once again. They need more numbers. Will we see a shot on goal? Mora once again. Will we see that final touch? Will that be a goal? Nice play by Ramin Amindari to get right in front of that shot from Jaime Enriquez. Enriquez able to get it back. Now to Mora, looking for Brian Gonzalez. The intensity definitely picking up these last few minutes.
Yeah.
Juarez, the center back, stepping up, doing a good job of it, but also when your center back steps up a lot in attack, of course you got to make sure that someone's providing cover. Otherwise, that counterattack opportunity could become very, very dangerous.
Yeah, the last 4 or 5 minutes of play have definitely been controlled by Monsters FC. They're pushing their lines forward, creating more chances and taking advantage of those alleys.
Whistle blown once again. Will be another free kick for Monsters. And with how the whistles have been going, fouls being committed by Desert FC, there are definitely been, it makes sense that Monsters FC looking more and more confident. Doesn't mean the game has changed, but they have created opportunities. Off the chest of Nahul Gonzalez to Mora. Ball finds its way back to Juarez, and his pass was blocked. Thinking for a moment that could have been a counterattack opportunity for Desert FC. But the black shirts able to readjust. Play to the outside. Will we see a shot on goal? There is a shot, and that one saved by Durazno. So Monsters FC definitely looking more and more dangerous.
Yeah, here's a replay on that. Alexis Durazno expecting a shot right there, but he's getting in position, as you see experienced goalkeepers do. His defense has let him down the last couple minutes, and I'm sure that's something that the coaching staff is going to have to keep an eye on for the rest of the match.
We've played just a little over 30 minutes. This is the final match of the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup Southwest Premier League action. Brought to you live by Goal Media. Artis Dakari along with Hector Trujillo, proud to be bringing you today's play-by-play. And after this match, there is still some more action, so make sure you continue watching, because later will be the Raul Briones Cup final between La Familia and Lobos. Another matchup you do not want to miss. But of course, right now our main focus is on this match between Desert FC and Monsters FC. It's still scoreless, but we are seeing recently, the past few minutes, some goal-scoring opportunities. 2 of them, both of those coming from Monsters FC. Now the cross from Farias, looking for Enriquez, able to bring it down. Can he get that last shot off? Nice work from Durazno, but Monsters once again knocking on the door.
Yeah, he anticipated that. You see the pass right here, Durazno getting into position just in case his defender gets beat. He did, but as again, bringing up his experience and getting right in position where he's supposed to be as a goalkeeper.
That was Daniel Castro who had it for a moment, played it back to Asensio. We are going to see a couple more changes for Desert FC. I think it's not surprising considering how things have been going the last few minutes. Through ball, but the flag comes up for offside.
Yeah, just barely offside on that one. We'll see if those substitutions are anything regarding the midfield. Definitely the pass. That's closer than I thought actually on the replay, but we'll see if these substitutions are going to be something to shore up that back line, because there has been a couple of instances of miscommunication that almost led to a goal for Monsters.
So Nico Martini and Hector Osuna are coming off. Now, of course, we're waiting to see who those players are that will replace them. One of them is Anthony Youssef. So it looks like, of course, Anthony Youssef coming in at the right back position because he just replaced Nico Martini. And coming in up top, we saw Hector Osuna come out. And yeah, he's replaced by Jose Hinojosa. The ball back in the play. Will these changes bring the desired effect or the desired change for Desert FC? Cadenas playing it to the outside. Receiving the pass from Juan Perez. The wind definitely picking up once again. Brian Gonzalez. Off the chest of Juan Perez. To Mora. Nice patience there from Hector, from Giovanni Fabian. Now could be another opportunity for Monsters. But that cross going right to Ramin Amindari. And that time it was Daniel Castro who was fouled from behind. Perhaps maybe a bit of a late whistle.
Here's a replay on that. We'll see if the frustration from the Monsters bench was warranted. He did get a lot of ball on that one. Went down as soon as he felt the contact. That's what the referee saw.
And the through ball. Able to connect with Price. Can he maintain possession? Great work at the very last moment. The ball did go over the touchline. Will be a throw-in for Monsters FC. Juan Perez had it for a moment. Looks like he does win another throw-in for Monsters.
As you see some more complaining there from the Monsters players that there was you could see a double-handed push at the back that wasn't called, but it still stays possession for them.
Ball back into play. Diego Ramirez. His clearance pretty much going right off the chest of Cody Shelton. Now that attempted through ball, assuming that's what it was. And right to Sanchez now. Long clearance. This could be trouble. And that shot going just wide. Some confusion there. Ramin Amindari having his hand up. And that was a very good opportunity for Jaime Enriquez, but his shot going wide.
You see the replay. He stays on side somehow. It's just one of the ones you dream about if you're a goal scorer. You got the goalkeeper off his line. If you can just get a little bit more touch under it, that goes in. But unfortunate for them. The score should definitely be 1-0 right now for them.
And talk about a golden opportunity. You know, a lot of other people, or whoever is here watching as well, are going to say they're going to agree that doesn't get any more golden than that.
And he actually had a little bit more time. If he could actually control it, he probably gets a better shot off, but just put too much on it. Full player definitely going down right now for Monsters, holding his ankle. Referee's going to go check on him.
So it will be a free kick for Desert FC. And from here, we're trying to determine which player it is that took the brunt of that contact.
Let's see if we can see the replay right here. Two players going for the 50-50 ball. There's the contact right there. Looks to be okay.
And from here, I want to say it is. And that time it was Ever Cadenas, the right back. Ball is back in the play. The long ball from Shelton. Off the head of Nahul Gonzalez. Now here come Monsters once again, like they've been doing this whole match. Can Ramin Amindari win this matchup? He's doing a good job with his footing. And of course, at the end of the day, on that attack, not enough numbers for Monsters FC.
Yeah, good closeout again by the defenders, anticipating the pass. Now they're going to go long, see if we can get to the defenders flat-footed.
Now Mason Moreno cuts it back. Able to find Jonathan Price, and that ball to the outside. Broken up nicely, though, by Cadenas. And he's able to find Juan Perez. Amindari stepping up. Unable to keep possession. It's like the long ball has definitely become the strategy of choice for Monsters FC. Whether it's a long ball or just trying to go over the top. If that's the way things are going to, if that's going to be effective for them, we know that phrase. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And even though it's early in the match, because it's technically still the first half, I mean, the sun is kind of hot out there, so I'm not saying it's necessarily because of tired legs that you're going for long balls, but it could have an issue.
Mason Moreno, he's got Brian Gonzalez on him. Makes the adjustment, finding Jonathan Price. Unable to keep possession that time. Jesus Mora, now he loses possession. Definitely, you got to like these battles in the middle third of the pitch. Jonathan Price once again. Out to the outside to Gonzalez Sanchez. Cody Shelton's ball. That is a good one for Price. Will he be able to cross it? He's able to find Hinojosa. The shot. That one is blocked. Definitely some traffic. But Desert FC maintaining possession. Cody Shelton sending it into the penalty area. It's going to be a little long. Go out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, he saw a one-on-one opportunity there inside the box. There was just too much on that pass. We're about to enter the 40th minute of play. It'll be interesting to see if we get it. How many minutes do you think about a time? Probably 2 or 3 at the most.
That sounds about right. And of course, with these final minutes of the half, these are extremely crucial. It's like, you know, pretty much when you get to these last few minutes, it's like you got to assume that mindset is just, okay, let's get to the half scoreless. But the one thing you just don't want to do is you got to really clamp down and make sure you do not make a mistake and allow a late goal, because that really could determine, you know, who has the momentum. And now this could be an opportunity. Speaking of momentum, it's Price. Was he brought down at the last moment? 2 players down behind the play, though. I'm sure the Desert FC supporters and the Desert FC bench were hoping that that would have been a penalty kick.
We'll see the replay right here. The ball is up in the air. 2 players, just you said, and hopefully they didn't knock heads too strongly, and they're both still down. I think that's what might have happened. The referee continued the advantage for Desert FC, and now we're going to see the trainers actually come out and check on them. You always want to err on the side of caution whenever there's a potential contact to the head.
And it looks like those 2 players that collided were Luis Angel Juarez, one of the center backs for Monsters, and Francisco Quintanilla for Desert FC.
We'll get a closer look here where the players are already down there.
And it looks like we spoke too soon about the stoppage time. Some people might say maybe we were the jinx on that, but, you know, we'll move past it.
Yeah, better.
What's most important is that they'll be all right.
Yeah, better safe than sorry for sure. Take all the time you need on here, especially the area of concussions. Not saying that's what happened here, but you want to make sure that you test the players, talk to the players. Hopefully they can both continue for the match. Looks like they're both back up now. As the referee's having a word there with one of the trainers, explaining what he saw as they're doing their checks, their mandatory checks as they're required to. It ended up being a goal kick, I believe, for Monsters FC. But it might be interesting if maybe there will be a free kick issued. I don't know what the referee, she's taking notes of something. Francisco Quintanilla slowly but surely has walked off the pitch momentarily now. Glad to see he's okay. Both players are okay. As each side takes a second here to hydrate themselves. Like you said a second ago, it is kind of a hot day today, even though we do have a nice little bit of wind helping out the players here. And here is another substitution that's being announced by the 4th official.
So it looks like William Manzanares is coming on now for Francisco Quintanilla. And that's not surprising considering that it was Quintanilla down on the ground for a little while with that collision. Got to assume it was heads colliding. And
yeah.
Whenever you just think about it or see it happen, just I don't know how you are, but it just makes me cringe.
No, I like the way they reacted here. The referee reacted quickly. Obviously, he gave the advantage to the team that had possession because it was a clear scoring opportunity. But once the chance was over, he definitely did what he was supposed to. And I think he's going to make sure that everybody's in position now. And there's the whistle.
And the ball back into play. That injury stoppage, definitely we had some more stoppage time. Mason Moreno stepping up a bit. Looks like Mark Farias has also made his way back onto the pitch for Monsters FC. Flag comes up for offside. Whistle did not blow though. Went straight to Larry Sanchez. Now it's Nahul Gonzalez. That one going off the head of Anthony Youssef. Jesus Mora. A good touch to Brian Gonzalez. Once again, Farias. Monsters looking for an opportunity. They're in the penalty area. The cross. That one sent high into the air by Avalos. Still in play though. First, assuming it was going to go out of bounds. Instead, just hung into the air. Juan Perez had it for a moment, sent it towards the top of the penalty area. Now Nahul Gonzalez does not have a lot of space. Will he cross into the penalty area? A nice move to keep possession. Whipped into the penalty area. Ramin Amindari got the touch to send it away. The Monsters FC keeping up the pressure in these final minutes of the first half. And we have another player down behind the play, and this time it's Ramin Amindari. Hard to see what took place.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we have a replay on that because he went down. I don't know if there was any contact directly, but I think he's reaching. I think it might be a stretching issue. So, but he's back up now, so it wasn't anything serious. Good to see. Yeah, although he is limping noticeably on his right leg, so hopefully he can continue as well, at least to the end of the first half. It would be a huge loss if he can't continue the second half. He's come up big for Desert FC the entire match so far.
And the ball is back into play. We are now in stoppage time for the first half. Score remains 0-0 between Monsters FC and Desert FC. This is the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup final. Which team will end up victorious? And that was a nice pass from Anthony Youssef. Able to connect with Jose Hinojosa, but the flag did come up for offside.
Yeah, that pass needed to come out just a split second sooner, and he would have stayed onside. As you can see right there, he's probably like a foot offside or so, and the referee saw that.
Jesus Mora loses possession to Hinojosa. Hinojosa needs to do something. Does not have a lot of space. He does win a throw-in though. You got to assume there will be at least 4 minutes of stoppage time. The cross from Hinojosa. That one going straight to Giovanni Fabian.
Yeah, because they head-to-head contact. Well, I guess there was only one.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, there is the whistle. That is the end of the first half of the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup final. Scoreless between Monsters FC and Desert FC. Ardith Takari along with Hector Trujillo. Proud to bring you today's play-by-play, courtesy of Gold Media. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half.
We got all your favorites.
Welcome back to Biola University. Once again, we are at Al Barber Field, La Mirada, California, for the start of the second half. This is the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup final. Art Sakari along with Hector Trujillo. Monsters FC, Desert FC ready to kick off the second half. It is scoreless. We had some action, some decent action in the first half. Neither team able to get that final touch, able to find that goal. But the question here now is, how will things change in the second half? And will we, the question as well is, which team will take those first risks being more aggressive?
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams had chances to score in the first half. Desert FC early on, and then the clearest one coming later for Monsters with Jaime Enriquez, the one over the crossbar. But we'll see. We've got some substitutions that came in, including goalkeeper for Desert FC, Miguel Rivera. And we'll see, as you said, what adjustments are made by the coaching staff to see who can get that first goal.
Whistle is blown. The second half is underway. Southwest Premier League action. Once again, the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup final. Which team will emerge victorious? Which team will get to hoist that trophy once this match is completed? Desert FC against Monsters FC. And one thing to really talk about right from the start that I want to mention is that when I was on my way to have my halftime burrito, I had the opportunity to eavesdrop a bit regarding what was going on, what was being said by members of Desert FC.
Espionage. Please do tell us.
And of course, I will tell it to you the best way I can. I'm not going to use the words verbatim, but it did involve waking up and being more aggressive towards the ball. And, meaning like, that's it. That's what I'm going to say. Wake up, be more aggressive to the ball. And I think that's definitely, really important to see, now that I heard that, how will Desert FC respond? And here's a shot, maybe an opportunity. That one sliced a little high and wide. That time was Andres Enriquez Becerra.
That was a shot that turned into a pass, as we see the replay right here. He tried the long-range shot. Well, actually, I think it was intended to be a pass and just didn't get his left foot around. But another clear scoring chance for Desert FC.
And had that connected, had that been a goal, had that connected correctly and been a goal, that would have been just the perfect start of the second half, and definitely would have been interpreted as, yes, we understand what our captain had to say at halftime. Now the long clearance going off the foot of Ramin Amindari. That's Luis Ramirez. Got involved a lot once he came on as a substitute earlier in the first half.
A lot of space here for Desert FC. They keep pushing forward and throwing up some more numbers here.
Mason Moreno with the touch. Now Luis Angel Juarez was making sure that Hinojosa would not be able to get to that ball. It looks like that time was Hinojosa called for the foul for the push from behind on Luis Angel Juarez.
And here's a replay on that one as well. Two players, 50-50 ball in a second, and then you see the slight contact just enough to bring the player down. I think it was a correct whistle.
And the ball back into play. Luis Ramirez to Nahul Gonzalez. That one goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Desert FC. Daniel Castro, definitely been very busy today as one of the central midfielders. And he finds Nico Martini. In the first half, we saw Nico Martini playing a lot at right back, but now he's playing as the left back. Definitely a very versatile player. Amindari taking the pass from Shelton. And that pass was blocked by Juan Perez. By Jaime Enriquez. But all the way back to Miguel Rivera. Interesting that there was a goalkeeper change for Desert FC.
Yeah, it didn't look like an injury-related issue that we noticed at least, and he was having a good first half, so that's an interesting substitution.
And now a little bit of a mix-up perhaps, and now not able to pick that one up. Some shaky play from the Monsters FC backline. And that ball, not only did it go out of bounds, actually went out of the stadium.
As you see there, good recognition by the goalkeeper again. He was iffy whether he could handle it or not, so he erred on the side of caution and just knocked it all the way out to the street. And good luck getting that one, so somebody just got a souvenir.
Now, course, are probably questioning and wondering, did it make it to the street, or is it just like in the shrub, right off the side of the street?
Hopefully it's just in the shrub, yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely what we're hoping for, absolutely. Well, it appears that it should be a throw-in. Yes, it will be a throw-in for Desert FC. And expect to see Cody Shelton just launch this one into the penalty area. And then this is what's interesting about those, or at times even, tense or suspenseful at times, especially for the team on defense with these throw-ins deep in their own zone. It's almost like a corner kick. So here it comes from Cody Shelton. Header goes high into the air. Amindare takes a shot. Another one saved by Larry Sanchez. So a rare opportunity for one of the center backs to score a goal. Amindare did put that one on frame.
Yeah, right to the hands, right there. Perfect positioning. Luckily, there was no deflection. With so many numbers in the box, the goalkeeper actually, good job by him recognizing that.
And that pass intended for Andres Enriquez Becerra. He's the man who had an opportunity early on, the very beginning of the second half. The whistle was blown. Will be a free kick for Monsters.
There's a replay on that one as well. Loose ball up in the air. There's the whistle. There's the contact. Good call.
Early on in the first half, pretty much starting the game, it was Desert FC that looked more comfortable with more possession and some better build-up play. But the final part of the first half, it was Monsters creating opportunities and taking care of business. And now early on we do see Desert FC looking a little bit more aggressive. Now Enriquez Becerra receiving the pass. Now back to Martini. Plays it to the outside to Mason Moreno. Will he take a shot? He faked it. Still has it. The cross headed away. Brian Gonzalez quickly got a touch. But early on, Desert FC clearly got that memo loud and clear. The words actually got those words of encouragement from Cody Shelton loud and clear to step up their play and be more aggressive.
Sorry, partner. I was multitasking there.
Hey, I'm very impressed. That's all I'll say.
Bringing myself back to my college days. But yeah, no, as you said, there's been definitely a change of urgency, a change in tempo. I think whatever the coaching staff told the players has definitely kicked in.
Now this ball off that touch, looks like the flag did stay down. Enriquez Becerra with the shot, and he scores! We have our first goal of the game. Desert FC takes the lead. And it's Andres Enriquez Becerra. The flag stayed down. 1-0 Desert FC.
Yeah, nothing the goalkeeper could do on that one. When you see the replay, he manages to stay onside with the right foot just outside the box. He did get a fingertip just on it. You see the frustration there. They thought he was offside, but I think there was a correct no call on that one, keeping the flag down. And it's 1-0 Desert FC.
And that goal coming in the 52nd minute. Excellent response from Desert FC. Like I said earlier, I was able to eavesdrop a bit on that halftime talk, the halftime pep talk, and the message was just wake up and be more aggressive. And they've done exactly that. They have a 1-0 lead. And we're continuing to see it. Mason Moreno now, once again looking for the goal scorer, Enriquez Becerra, but that time pretty sure the flag would have come up for offside had he been able to connect on that with a touch. So a 1-0 lead for Desert FC. Sure, for our point of view, we're definitely glad to see that breakthrough finally come.
Yeah, the goalkeeper definitely got a fingertip on that one, just went right past them, and nothing you can do there. You're no man's land. You're hoping your defense tracks back in time, but unfortunately for Monsters, they did not.
Now this surely is definitely going to change the game. The obvious things should take place. Let's be honest. There's still a lot of time left to play. There's a lot of time left in this match. So it definitely comes down to a situation of, does it change the tactics and start throwing a lot of players forward, or is it be patient and don't get away from the game plan?
Yeah, and if you're Monsters, like you said, there's plenty of time left. You have created chances for yourself, especially in that first. You probably had the best scoring chance in the first half. So you can even things out. It's about maintaining your tempo and maintaining your discipline. But one of those things you have to control is not go 2-0 down, because then the clock starts to turn against you.
So Desert FC definitely looking very confident, playing with a 1-0 lead. And Cody Shelton playing it to the outside to Nico Martini. Martini wanting to find and Enriquez Becerra was broken up. Luis Angel Juarez able to find Nahul Gonzalez. Now Jesus Mora. Definitely not rocket science what we're talking about right now, but Monsters FC pretty much, not creating many opportunities in this second half. They've not looked very sharp. It looks like they've been out-hustled as well by Desert FC.
Yeah, Desert FC has definitely been the better team to start the second half, not just because of the goal, but because of controlling possession. And here's another turn that they're trying to convert on right here.
And that's Hinojosa. Not in a hurry to push it up the pitch. A long ball. Looking for Mason Moreno. And that time, unable to really connect the header in front. And it's another goal! Just like that! 2-0 Desert FC. And yes, it appears to be the second goal of the match for Enriquez Becerra.
It's just what you were saying a second ago. It's about forcing those turnovers. We see the replay right here. A great press right into the box, right over the goalkeeper's head. Nothing he could do in that one. A little bit out of position as well. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Desert FC takes a 2-0 lead and takes control of this match.
A beautiful cross from Nico Martini, headed home by Andres Enriquez Becerra. Talk about having a super sub. I mean, he is the super sub right now. No other nickname for him. We did not see him in the first half, and he's already got 2 goals. And yet we are only 11 minutes into the second half.
What a nightmare start if you're Monsters FC, especially knowing you should have had a 1-0 lead going into the end of the first half. And now you're definitely swimming against the current, as they say.
And when looking back at that goal, I mean, of course, dare I say it, and we all know, hindsight's 20/20 whenever you look back at, something that just happened. But the positioning of Larry Sanchez, is that perhaps something to talk about a little bit? Was he maybe, a little bit too off his line? Because that header was, the beautiful header, obviously, but just went over his hand and just, it was perfect.
Yeah, the first goal I don't blame him on for sure. I mean, it's a one-on-one opportunity right there. There's nothing. The goalkeeper has to pick one or the other. But this one, I think he could have done a better job being in a better position. The cross came in perfectly, but again, his defense didn't do him any favors either.
So Desert FC with a 2-0 lead. Now, of course, Monsters FC going to have no choice but to throw players forward. They're going to have to take some chances. It's obviously going to leave them exposed in the back, but they're down 2-0, so they have to do what they have to do. And now Martini's pass could be another opportunity. Will it be a corner kick? No, instead actually it will be a goal kick. And that time, looking for Matthew Mandich.
You can hear some of the frustration from the Desert FC players. They're expecting a corner kick out of that because they thought it was a deflection, but I think it was a correct call.
And looks like that time it was Giovanni Fabian unable to maintain possession. And yeah, you talk about a nightmare start. This has been a disaster second half for Monsters FC. We're already seeing a couple changes about to be made, and they have to do something because their attack, whatever it was in the first half. I mean, they did have attacks in the first half. They did have opportunities, but that has all been non-existent in this second half.
Absolutely. Here's a chance for them. They see if he can get numbers at least here, create an opportunity to score here.
Now it's Juan Perez after taking the pass from Brian Gonzalez. Jesus Mora. Contact from behind. Easy call for the official. Will be a free kick for Monsters FC.
As those substitutes are ready to come in, we see the replay on that. Referee right on top of it. See the contact right there on the right foot.
Brian Gonzalez. His pass did take a deflection. Nice readjustment by Ramin Amindari. Able to find Cody Shelton. The long ball from Shelton. Able to find Enriquez Becerra. And he's obviously thinking hat trick. But he's not going to be able to get it when he's surrounded by 2 players in black shirts. Now, it was about to be an opportunity for Avalos, but the whistle was blown. Will be a free kick for Monsters.
As we see the replay on that one as well. I don't think there was a foul there. I think it was two guys going after the ball, but you see the pull of the jersey right there. Referee having a word with one of the players, I believe, for Desert FC. No, he's actually letting in these substitutions now.
So it looks like Amilcar Palacios will be coming on to replace Jaime Enriquez. He's wearing the number 7 shirt. The other change we are seeing.
Here's the replay on the goal. Sorry, partner. Right, we were talking about just out of position. Even if he is on his line, I think that would have been tough to stop, but at least it would have given him a chance.
Looks like Hugo Ceja returns, and he replaces Luis Ramirez. So Nick Lakowitz, head coach of Monsters FC, obviously not happy with what he's seen to start the second half, and he had to make he's obviously just made those changes. Will those changes make the difference? We all know that a 2-goal lead is considered to be a very dangerous lead in this sport.
Yep.
But right now, with the way Desert FC has been playing, I mean, right now it's hard to say that they're really in any kind of danger.
And I've always found this one interesting. I don't know if we've had this conversation. If you're a coach, would you rather be up 1-0 or 2-0? They're always going to say 2-0. So, but I think that the idea is if you lose momentum, you're going to give up a goal, and then everything changes after that. But it's about maintaining your composure. There's still plenty of time if you're Monsters FC. It's about making sure your defense stays in position and your goalkeeping is a little bit more disciplined in the back. And I think they'll at least create for themselves a few chances to get back in the game here.
And one thing for sure to also bring in at this moment is that, you know, for the standpoint of Desert FC, they have a 2-0 lead. But one thing they don't want to do is just start parking the bus and putting many players behind the ball, because we all know how that works. You start defending, you're going to leave yourself prone to more and more attacks.
Yeah, go with what got you here, as they say in the majors. If you're a pitcher, trust your best pitch. And don't change anything until you force the other team to do the same. Here's another substitution coming in.
Yeah, another change for Monsters FC. They're down 2-0. They know they have to do something. And it looks like this time it's going to be... So Steven Ramirez is coming back on. It looks like he's replacing Juan Perez. So some more players from the starting 11 returning to the pitch for Monsters FC.
Hard tackle right there. Referee's going to definitely have a word with one of the players for Desert FC.
And the question here is, will we see a booking? It appears as if, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm kind of wondering, did the official bring his cards? We have not seen any bookings in this match. He
came in with a body language and an intent that he was going to bring the card out, but decided to keep it in his pocket for this one.
And it will be a free kick for Monsters. It will be taken by Bryant Gonzalez. And he put this ball into the right place. Monsters need to get something going. I'm guessing this one should be easy. Yes, it is for Miguel Rivera. That one high in the air. And this is definitely, even from my point of view, a surprising start to this second half.
Referee blowing the whistle for something right now. I think he's going to have an issue. Have something checked on his equipment, I guess. Having some tech issues here, I believe. Going to talk to his fourth official for a second.
Whatever it is, we have to wait.
Yeah, he's getting a switch of an armband or something. Hard to tell from this angle, but getting checked up on right now as we speak. But yeah, as you were saying, if you're Monsters FC, you have to make some adjustments. The goal the first one of the match.
Able to beat Larry Sanchez that time at the near post.
And there's the one that we just saw a second ago. Again, defenders late to react on both of them. Right there, leaving goalkeeper out to dry, as they say. But yeah, if you're Monsters FC, still plenty of time left. So definitely, there will be minutes added on as well. So it's about getting the first one. You can't score 2 in one possession. So maintaining your spots, maintaining your alleys, your communication, and be better in the back line.
And I think continuing on and adding to what I was mentioning earlier is that surprising to see how the second half started. Monsters were looking good to end the first half. And like I said, to add more to that is the fact that new keeper is in for Desert FC, and he has not been tested at all by Monsters.
No, not at all. Not the second half for sure.
You know, when you see a new keeper come in, you got to test him from long range. You got to make him uncomfortable. That's what you really want to do. And he's been sitting back there just, right now, he's been sitting back there, not getting dirty at all. I mean, it's hard to get dirty on this pitch, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It says a lot about how much control Desert FC has had the second half. They pretty much control all the possession, quality possession at least, that we see another substitution coming in here for Monsters.
And that time looks like Mark Farias returns to the pitch, and he replaces Jesus Mora. So plenty of changes being made by the men in black. And they're down 2-0. Can they bring some excitement to the final match of the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup final? Now it's Castro losing possession to Hugo Ceja. That through ball. That time was looking for Palacios. Now when sent out of bounds will be a throw-in for Monsters.
Great reaction there by the defense, recognizing the pass, making sure it's knocked out of danger. Now we'll see how many numbers Monsters wants to throw into the box here.
We played 20 minutes into the second half. We're in the 66th minute. It's a 2-0 lead for Desert FC. Here comes the throw-in. This one hanging high into the air, obviously because of the wind. Cleared at the last moment. For a moment, it appeared as if it had the potential for a dangerous play. Played back to Larry Sanchez from Cadenas. Now Luis Angel Juarez. Back to Sanchez. Rips this one high into the air. That time went off the head of Ramirez, but he was in an offside position when that ball was played forward.
Yeah, that ball needed to come in just a little bit earlier than that. Couple of feet offside, as you can see on the replay. Good call by the referee, and Desert FC is definitely going to be in no hurry whatsoever. Well, or not.
Matthew Mandich to Mason Moreno. Back to Amindari. But the way this game is going, you got to assume the more minutes that tick away, the more we're going to see Desert FC being comfortable just sending the ball up the pitch and hoping that something good happens with their attackers. Now Hinojosa, that time actually blocked that clearance from Nahul Gonzalez, but it will be a throw-in for Monsters.
As you see the coaching staff there for Monsters giving instructions on where they want the players. You see a substitution, somebody come out for Desert FC.
And they're about to make another change. Looks like the head coach of Monsters FC definitely throwing the kitchen sink at Desert FC for this match. Now looks like Nahul Gonzalez just came off, replaced by Cesar Armendariz.
Yeah.
Cesar Armendariz has come on.
Monsters FC.
I mean, it's the final match of this tournament. You got to take risks. You got to do everything you got to do. No need to be cautious. Now given away in that time. Desert FC comfortable just clearing it. That time it was Cody Shelton. Looks like that was Diego Ramirez who was involved in that last attack.
Yeah, and if you're Desert FC, you don't want to get sloppy. You've been successful being disciplined and taking your time on the attack here. You don't want to give the other team easy turnovers, easy possessions, just to give them any semblance that they might get back into this match.
Nico Martini to Castro, back to Martini. He was looking for a streaking Enriquez Becerra. Cleared by Ramirez, goes off the chest of Castro. Brian Gonzalez stepping up, trying to do everything he can to jumpstart this attack for Monsters FC. Martini once again to Castro. A little bit of contact. No whistle's not blown. Luis Angel Juarez.
Yeah, both players stopped for a second. They're expecting a whistle, but the referee again letting them play.
That was Mark Farias who got involved with that contact. Now it's Palacios trying to keep the play alive with a slide tackle, but the ball did go off his foot. It will be a throw-in for Desert FC.
Yeah, I could have sworn when Monsters made their substitution, one of the players came off for Desert FC, but that could have been mistaken. Anyway, they look back to be back. There's the ball back in play.
Now the question here is, what do the Monsters have left in store? There's plenty of time left, but they really have got to get something going. Got to change their tactics, got to be a little bit more aggressive. That's definitely something we have not been seeing in this second half. Avalos plays it back to Shelton. And Daniel Castro. Been brilliant today as one of the defensive midfielders. And that time was Mandic, who was about to find Enriquez Becerra. Great job from Avalos stepping up. His attempted through ball. Unable to connect with any of his attackers or any of his teammates. Went straight to Larry Sanchez. Cadenas, the right back, looking to play it long. Goes off the head of Cody Shelton. Back the other way. Desert FC, it's Nico Martini. Obviously was looking for Enriquez Becerra.
Almost had him for a second. If that ball gets through somehow, then we see a chance here for Monsters.
It's Hugo Ceja. Monsters, of course, been very quiet this half. Steven Ramirez. Will he want to put this one on goal? He's able to get to Brian Gonzalez off his chest. Volleys it really high over the bar.
Great control with his chest, though. Shot, as we see the replay right here. He's going to be able to control it. He's kind of got it right off his fingertips, I guess, or his foot, and just over the crossbar.
Goal kick was taken. Ball's back in the play, almost losing possession. You definitely don't want to make a mistake in your own defensive third. From the standpoint of Desert FC, the last thing you want to do is have a bad giveaway and give Monsters FC some momentum. Now Cody Shelton's clearance. Almost was a flick header. Almost getting to that flick header was Hinojosa. Looks like now he's whistled for a foul. It'll be a free kick for Monsters.
I think he's saying a handball inadvertently here. We'll see if we can catch that on replay. Or maybe his hands were too loosey-goosey and he called a foul. So either way, it would be a free kick for Monsters. We'll see what kind of sense of urgency as the ball is back in play.
Angel Juarez playing it out to the outside. Whipping this one into the penalty area. Easy one off the head of Cody Shelton. That's Armendariz, who just came on, playing at the left back position. Now Diego Ramirez cuts it back to Brian Gonzalez. We see a shot. Definitely some touches and some decent passes. Sometimes one too many touches. Monsters doing everything they can to try and create that goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, they're clogging up the lanes really, really well. Monsters need to have some more patience and also create some more space for themselves because there's too many players in that one spot to get a shot off.
And of course, credit to Desert FC. We know that they're giving some space on the outside to Monsters, but they do a good job at closing down the space where they need to the most, right in the center of the pitch.
Absolutely.
Now a long ball looking for Andres Enriquez Becerra. Of course, it was going to be very tough to do the work all by himself. That was Mark Farias sending it up the pitch. It looks like the whistle behind the play. It was Andres Enriquez Becerra whistle for the foul.
Referee having some strong words there for Becerra. Telling the players where he wants the ball to be played from. But I think he saw the little extra kick there at the end that he was not a fan of. So just decided to have some words with the player there not to do it again.
Looks like we soon will be seeing a couple more changes, a double switch for Desert FC. And with time ticking away, time winding down in this match, you got to assume it's one of those tactical switches of taking out maybe perhaps a couple attackers and bringing on some more defenders. Now Matthew Mandic, able to take it away, was trying to get it to Enriquez Becerra with that through ball pass, but it was broken up. Now Avalos getting in on the action. Avalos still has it. He did have Martini on the overlap. Still Avalos. He's got to do something with the ball, and it nearly lost it to Steven Ramirez. But now it looks as if Ramirez was whistled for the foul. And, holding on to the ball a little long, you don't want to get into those habits.
And that's the replay right there. I think what he called was the push in the back with the forearm. Correctly called right there. As you said, hopefully he doesn't get too chippy right now. I know Monsters is probably starting to feel like some sense of desperation as we're entering the 75th minute. A goal here for them in the next 2 or 3 minutes would definitely change the situation. But again, referee explaining why he called the foul on there. As we see the substitution for Desert coming in.
So Hector Osuna coming on for Hinojosa. And now it looks as if we're going to see, yes, we are going to see Andres Enriquez Becerra coming off. The goal scorer, he has a brace in this match. His goal's coming in the 52nd and 56th minutes. Striking so quickly. It doesn't even matter how, of course, if this match ends in a victory for Desert FC, we know who the obvious man of the match is.
Mm-hmm.
And the other player returning, the player coming on for Enriquez Becerra, Emiliano Asensio. Here comes a free kick from Castro. Ball is back into play. Nice work that time from the keeper, Larry Sanchez, being very alert. Sending it up the pitch as fast as possible. You definitely want to catch these Desert FC players off guard. Now a long shot. Not much coming from it. And that time the shot was from Giovanni Fabian.
Yeah, we see the replay on that one right there. That was a cross into the box by Desert FC. You see the great reaction by the goalkeeper with both hands. But that shot, actually, it's going to be a throw-in, as you said, for Desert FC. They're going to be in no hurry whatsoever. That shot could have been a little more patient. He could have taken a few more steps if he wanted to try a long-range shot. But if you're Monsters, you definitely want to get back in the game. You have to score something here in the next 4 or 5 minutes before Desert FC puts it on ice.
And that time was Palacios. Whistle for the foul. Easy call for the official. And right now, Desert FC looking very confident, feeling confident as well, too. Mason Moreno being defended by Armendariz. Back to Moreno. One more goal for Desert FC definitely would be game, set, and match. Fabian to Gonzalez. Looking for Diego Ramirez. Can he connect with his ball? He is able to. Looking for an option. Needs some help. Trying to cross it at the last moment. Just did not have the space. Did not have the angle, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was next to impossible. He had 3 players on him, 3 defenders. He did have a teammate inside the box, but he needed to get through all those defenders. They need to be more on the attack in terms of as teamwork, not as an individual.
And a nice ball from Martini, looking for Matthew Mandich. Larry Sanchez coming off his line, not picking it up. Great heads-up play, electing to just keep the ball on the ground and get a move and start a potential counterattack instead of just holding onto the ball and slowing the game down. Right now, slowing the game down as much as possible and often as possible is exactly what Desert FC would be perfectly fine with, so they have more time to regroup and readjust. And now Brian Gonzalez, hard to miss with that white headband. Cadenas, thinking for a moment, was he going to take a shot? Instead, sent it into the penalty area. Armendariz. Once again to Brian Gonzalez. Luis Angel Juarez. Back to Armendariz. Now Diego Ramirez. And the cross from Armendariz. Stayed in bounds. Went right off the chest of Miguel Rivera. And he, of course, takes his time.
Yeah, they're throwing numbers up, that's for sure. They're pushing their lines forward, but there's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of communication. It's almost like they're just standing there watching the guy with the ball. There needs to be more sense of urgency right now for them.
And I think what we just seen in the last few minutes, I think this is pretty much going to be the narrative for the rest of the match. Desert FC will not want to take any chances. They're going to be perfectly fine just looking for the counterattack opportunities.
Let's just see some back and forth there between a couple of players for Monsters.
A punt, of course, from Rivera. That one's sailing high into the air and carrying actually with the wind. Hold on a moment, the whistle was blown behind the play. Looks like the referee, the official saw a foul behind the play earlier.
Yeah,
free kick for Monsters.
He was going to give the advantage to Monsters, but then he saw that the foul was clear and evident right there, so he blew the whistle for the free kick.
Armendariz to Luis Angel Juarez. It's been a very difficult, I think saying that this is a saying that this has been a frustrating second half for Monsters is definitely an understatement. Now Brian Gonzalez to Armendariz, doing a great job maintaining possession and looking for the option. Found the space for a moment, but his pass, unable to connect, was given away. Armendariz left it for Luis Angel Juarez. A little bit of miscommunication, will be a throw-in as we are now in the 81st minute of the match. Desert FC with a 2-0 lead over Monsters FC.
Here come some more substitutions, one for, well, Desert FC for sure.
And looks like this time the change being made is that Matthew Mandich coming off, and he's replaced by Jonathan Price. So a 2-0 lead for Desert FC. Those goals coming in the 52nd and 56th minutes. Both goals scored by Andres Enriquez Becerra. This is the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup Final. SoCal Premier League Soccer. Art Takari along with Hector Trujillo, proud to bring you today's play-by-play from La Mirada, California. Now Avalos thought he had lost possession. Kind of wondering where this
there was
free kick
some hesitation there.
Definitely plenty of hesitation, but will be a free kick for Monsters.
I think you got it correctly right there. There's a bullet right there as he's going down, and there's going to be the free kick issued to Monsters. It could have gone either way, but I think most of the contact came from Desert FC.
Looks like the captain, Everardo Cadenas, will be taking the free kick, the right back. Can Monsters find a goal to just create an exciting conclusion to this match? If they're unable to, looks like we're going to continue seeing a lot of the same. And looks like it will be, actually yes, it will be a goal kick. Monsters players not agreeing at all.
Yeah, there was some confusion there for a second. It looked like he was going to give the corner. You see the replay. Ball's going to go out. I think the ball had already gone out actually, so I think it was the correct call by the referee to issue the goal kick, and looks like they're going to play it short.
Let's see what Desert FC can do. And now a long shot. Will this be trouble? Larry Sanchez was able to grab the ball, but definitely taking a risk, being well off his line. Gotta like the thinking. That was, what a shot that was. And had that gone in, you know, that would have been a highlight that would have been replayed over and over.
ESPN top 10 for sure. Great recognition there, and almost got him off his line. So he says, I'm gonna take a chance here and just put the game away.
Now Nico Martini able to keep it in play, cuts it back. Very nice move. Can he find his man? This could be the opportunity to make it 3-0, but no, the flag did come up for offside. That was Hector Osuna. So close.
We'll see the replay on that one as well. Well, actually, that's the previous one. That's the shot we were talking about. Almost great reaction by the goalkeeper in the last second.
A free kick taken. And there was some contact. The whistle was blown, but the question now is, was that going to be, did that whistle actually take away an opportunity for Monsters? And if it did, maybe definitely a bad call by the official to slow down the attack. He's been very consistent on playing advantage tonight, but that time chose to blow the whistle right away.
Definitely that one was worth giving the advantage to Monsters there. You see the frustration there, warranted, I think. Would it have turned into a goal? We'll never know. But again, it'll be at least a free kick for them from long distance.
So the free kick taken by Brian Gonzalez. And that's pretty much been the story of the match today, too. These set-piece opportunities, it's not been easy for Monsters. This one crossed back into the penalty area. The header high into the air. An easy one, though, for Miguel Rivera. And some contact at the tail end of that play, a push.
Player went down for Desert FC really hard. I can't tell if it was inadvertent contact or on purpose, but goalkeeper's going to go check on his teammate right now, and so is the referee. We'll see if we can catch it on the replay. So far, so good. No and there's the...
Definitely a little bit of contact from Diego Ramirez. But right now, if you're Desert FC, I think it's just it's more wise to just get up and play. You don't want to add more stoppage time.
Referee's going to make sure the player's okay. We'll see if there's going to be a substitution coming in. Just going to have a word with the Monsters player on this one. We might see the first yellow card of the match right here. We do. Number 14 for Monsters.
And that is Diego Ramirez getting in the book.
I think that was more of a frustration foul than anything else. It looks severe when he went down, but once you saw the replay, there's a loose ball, goalkeeper, two guys bump into each other, but he got definitely the brunt of it. So I think that's the correct call right there by the referee. See some yelling there at the referee, but one of the players for Monsters. He's saying too much time wasting here. I'm sure the referee's keeping track of this. Let's give the correct time.
Nico Martini. And that time looks like he's going to be whistled for the foul.
There will be
Palacios, and yes, now Martini gets himself into the book as well.
That's definitely a warranted yellow card right there, stopping the advance from Monsters. Once he loses possession, he's not going to take a chance there and get got all man. Actually, if there's such a thing as an orange card, not a red, not a yellow, but an orange card, that definitely qualified.
Definitely a little, the contact was very, very noticeable and also, late as well. He obviously knew what he was doing. He wanted to stop a potential attack.
Absolutely.
If we were to ask a supporter of Desert FC about that foul, they'd be quick to say that actually that was a good foul, to be honest, because you definitely were stopping a potential goal-scoring opportunity.
Tactical for sure.
So the long clearance. And like I said earlier, this is pretty much the narrative for the remaining minutes of the match. Desert FC not throwing many players forward at all. A long clearance. Will this be trouble? Could this be an opportunity? A shot at the last moment. There was perhaps a little bit of contact.
Yeah, I think he did a good job there, not expecting the whistle, not hoping for a PK, keeping the ball, keeping possession, and getting a shot off at least.
Looks like it was, I want to say, it was perhaps Hugo Ceja. Did not get very much on that shot. Was an easy save for Rivera.
Okay, the referee's got to definitely keep an eye on this final few minutes of the match. There's been a lot of hard fouls.
And now another yellow card, this time on one of the center backs, Luis Angel Juarez. So no yellow cards at all, basically the entire match. Now we've seen three the last 3 minutes.
And I think a lot of it has to sense, it's the sense of desperation that we're feeling here. If you're a Monsters FC fan, you created chances for yourselves in the first half you should have capitalized on. Here's a replay on that one. Ball's up in the air. Lose 50-50 ball, and he goes in with a little bit too much cleats. That's the referee saw. You don't want to let a game that's been such high quality get away from you late, so I think it's good for him to be at least, because we were wondering where were the yellows in the first half, so now he's decided to make sure that the game was kept under control, and here's a substitution as well.
So Brian Gonzalez Sanchez returns, and he will replace Nico Martini. And Martini definitely has had himself a very good game today, and can't forget about his assist on that second goal. Perfect cross, headed beautifully into the net. It was one of those different headers you don't see too much of. It was just headed high. I think that froze Larry Sanchez into thinking that it was going to go over the bar, but instead it went over him, over his hand, dipped right into the net. Now here come Desert FC. After taking the free kick, can they make it 3-0? Cleared momentarily. Now Monsters hoping they could get a counterattack going. Hugo Ceja dropped it back for Cadenas, the captain. Nice work from Avalos to get involved. Now Osuna playing into the outside to Asensio. Now this could be one more opportunity. Nice job from Larry Sanchez. We've seen him do that a few times today, sliding to kick the ball out. And that time, that could have been a nice goal-scoring opportunity for Mason Moreno.
Yeah, he's definitely redeemed himself from that second goal that he gave up. He's been big the last few times that Desert FC has created chances for themselves. So we'll see if Monsters can create something for themselves here.
We're in the 90th minute of play. You got to assume there should, well, I know earlier we talked about how much stoppage time there could have been in the first half, but there wasn't very much. Osuna with the opportunity, but the flag had already come up for offside.
Yeah, with the yellow cards and that brief injury that we had, here's a replay on that. Well, that was closer than I thought as well, but flag went up. I'm expecting at least 4 or 5 minutes of added time. What do you think?
I would say that sounds about right, but considering what took place in the first half, I wouldn't be surprised if this whistle is blown after 1 or 2 minutes. That's Armendariz to Brian Gonzalez. Amilcar Palacios, Luis Angel Juarez. Monsters FC just looking for something. You know they don't want to get shut out. They obviously have not given up, but they are in a 2-goal hole. And yes, 3 minutes of stoppage time. Now, Amindari wasn't able to keep possession. Now Diego Ramirez with the cross off the head of Shelton. Mason Moreno getting involved to break up that play. Just chooses to clear it. If it does go out of bounds, will be a throw in for Monsters. So 3 minutes of stoppage time. Or that'll be now basically, after this throw-in, 1 minute of stoppage time played. Time has ran out for Monsters FC, no matter which way you look at it.
Both teams with a good effort today. Desert FC was more clinical, capitalized on their chances. Monsters FC had plenty, especially in the first half, that they didn't capitalize on. So I think all things considered, Desert FC is going to be the deserving champion here.
Hugo Ceja, Palacios. A touch from Gonzalez. Cleared. Hector Osuna thought he had possession. And you know he would just love to get his name on the score sheet to put on the finishing touches. We played a little over 90 seconds of stoppage time. Another minute and a half left. We will see Desert FC hoisting the trophy as winners of the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup. And that long shot, not much coming from it, and that's pretty much also been the story of the second half. Monsters FC, there's been times when they've had possession, but they've just not been able to put together a lot of good passes.
Sporadic attack.
Definitely not lacking the build-up play as well too.
Inconsistent. Too many one-on-ones or too many chances that it didn't feel like it felt patchy there in terms of how many offensive chances that they created themselves in the second half, and that's what Desert FC was able to capitalize on and come out with at least with a 2-0 victory.
A free kick taken by Cody Shelton. He's able to find Mason Moreno. Moreno holding possession. He had Gonzalez Sanchez on the overlap. Looks like he wants to play the time-wasting game. A shot at the near post, an easy one. That came from Jonathan Price. Perhaps one more attack for Monsters. Avalos swung and missed on that one.
Referee checking his watch.
And there is the whistle. The final score. Desert FC with a 2-0 victory over Monsters FC to win the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup. Both goals scored early in the second half by Andres Enriquez Becerra.
There's the first one right there. He gets through the defenders. Nothing the goalkeeper could do, even though he got his fingertips on it. It was in no man's land. And then there's the second one right here. Great cross into the box, right up where the goalkeeper's head, who wasn't off on his line right there. And that was the backbreaker. And I think all things considered, after we saw the first half being pretty even, Desert FC took control in the second half and never looked back.
So a 2-0 victory for Desert FC. Like you said, they definitely earned it. They took care of business. They took care of business in the second half. They came out much more aggressive to start the second half, and they were rewarded with 2 goals. So yes, gotta like what you saw from the boys from the Desert, based out of the Palm Desert, Coachella area, getting this 2-0 victory over Monsters FC. Definitely a hard-earned win.
Congratulations.
A hard-earned win.
Yeah, congratulations to them. And you see the fans here celebrating as we're about to do this ceremony trophy, giving to the team and the coaches.
So both teams will receive a trophy. And of course, the big prize going to Desert FC.
We get your favorite food and drink, some snacks.
And we're glad you're able to join us for this broadcast of the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup Final. Southwest put together by the Southwest Premier League. And we still have more action right after this, which will be the Raul Briones Cup Final.
La Familia versus Lobos.
And that game, a lot riding on it. The winner will get a ticket to the NISA Independent Cup. So there will definitely be a lot of intensity for when we get to that game today. And of course, we'll be bringing you the play-by-play as well, courtesy of Gold Media.
2 teams are very high quality. Both teams will then purchase their ticket to the NISA Independent Cup, which starts in about a month and a half. And I'm sure some NISA coaches are going to be watching that game as well to see some scouting opportunities in terms of what they have to prepare for, depending on who wins the match. It'll be a good matchup. I think it'll be pretty even like we saw this one, at least for most of the first half.
A lot of talented players, of course, coming back to this match. As you know, this is the match that just concluded. A lot of talented players on the Desert FC roster. But of course, no debate at all whatsoever on the man of the match, Andres Enriquez Becerra, with the brace, goals in the 52nd and 56th minutes. Talk about a super sub. He took advantage of his opportunities.
Yeah, whenever he was called, he created chances, even the ones he didn't score. And for his teammates, he created open possession, managed the tempo of the game, and he was a man, a lightning rod. It was the kind of guy you need to have to come out with victories like today.
So once again, the final score for the Brent Freeman Friendship Cup Final. Desert FC 2, Monsters FC 0. Artist Takari, along with Hector Trujillo, proud that we've been able to bring you today's play-by-play. We'll be back soon for the Raul Briones Cup Final. Hope you tune in.
See you in a bit.
the trophy table so we can have your trophy presentation, Desert FC, Monsters FC. If we could have both teams head over to the check-in table to present you your trophies.
can go grab your stuff after we give you the trophy. Much appreciated.
Fans, make sure you check out our concession table and raffle table. We have snacks over there, all your favorite food and drinks. We got turkey sandwiches for $7. $10 combo features a drink and chip with your turkey sandwich. Also got some candy over there and other different snacks, drinks. And we have 3 raffles available. $5 a ticket. One of the raffles, you could win a soccer package, which is a $60 value. It includes a 6x4 goal and a ball return for practicing. That's a $60 value. You could win that. That's one of the raffles, $5 a ticket. Also an In-N-Out gift card or a Shell gift card.